Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, great, thank you. Are you excited to be at FrightFest?
I am. Yeah, I really am. I brought the first feature I produced. I brought here back in 2017, and it was a game changer for the film. I was aware of the festival anyway because I'd been here with another film a few years before, and and the power of the festival, the power of the fans, the supportive team around make this, in my opinion, having experienced loads of festivals around the world, making this easily in the top one of all film festivals for this type of movie.
Wow. So obviously, like horror genre is very popular. Why do you think horror is popular? Broad question.
That is the toughest question in the world to answer, and I think it boils down to the fact we all like to be scared. I don't think there's anything more to it than that. It's a lovely feeling where where something makes you jump, and then it's the rush of emotion, endorphin hormones that come after that. And when you're watching a movie and something makes you jump, you can be terrified, but you're still safe. And it's that, I think. It's just that. Yeah.
So tell me a bit more about your character and how you became a part of this project.
So Sean is the lead role in Protein. Protein was written and directed by Tony Burke. Back in 2013, I auditioned for a short film called Protein, written by a guy called Tony Burke. Got the job. We made the short film. I said to him, I think there's some legs in this. You should make a feature. Well, he doesn't mess about. 10 years later, here we are. And Sean is an ex-squaddy, loner, drifter, returns home to Wales from the army, having served in a war zone. Comes back damaged, and long story short, kills and eats a local drug dealer for his protein, and in doing so inadvertently starts a local turf war between rival drug gangs.
So when it came to the filming side, what were the highs and what were the lows of filming? Or we could rephrase it, highlights and I don't know the opposites of that. But yeah.
No, this one is an easy one to answer because we made the film during lockdown. So we went into pre-production. The first lockdown hit. We lost all our funding. That lockdown eased. We raised the money again. We went into pre-production again. The second lockdown hit. We lost all our money again. That lockdown eased. So we raised the money for the third time, and then we started shooting as soon as we were legally allowed. And because of the conditions at the time, we just surrounded ourselves with people we loved, admired and trusted. So every day I was working with some of my oldest, bestest friends in the world, who also happen to be the most wonderful actors, many of whom are here today. And so that was a pleasure, working on a project that Tony and I had been trying to get off the ground for a decade. Well, now it's a decade, back then it wasn't quite that long. And it was just magic. And because you remember what it's like in lockdown, you go from feeling so stifled to suddenly like you can breathe again. And not only were we breathing, we felt like we were creating something exciting that we hope people will enjoy. And so far, the early signs from a couple of industry screenings we've had, all private stuff, the public haven't seen it yet, the signs have been good. So this is our first time to show the movie to the world. And what better place to do it?
And what was your favourite scene to film? Is it the gory scene?
Wow. I got to do a lot of gory stuff in the movie, basically eating people, and that was good fun.
Did you actually eat, or did you just pretend to eat?
Oh yeah, so it was they got meat from the butcher, so I actually ate beef, raw beef. Yeah, they very kindly got some organic meat, so because that's better raw.
Did you get fall ill from that?
No, I didn't. No, and then they made me these shakes, which in the story I've made make protein shakes out of people, and they were made with watermelon and stuff like that. And it sounds weird, but because of the colour of watermelon mixed with like an oat milk or whatever it was disgusting. And there was lots of me. They got an actual real life offal for me to root around in and rummage around in. So there was lots of gruesome stuff, which I really enjoyed.
If you can sum this film up in 3 words, how would you sum it up?
I can't do it in 3. Right.
I'll give you 4, 5, 6.
Not what you'd expect.
That's a good one. What would you like audience to take away from this?
How horror doesn't have to be obvious. There is horror in real life, and this is a film about people in very real situations that we read about in the paper all the time, see on the news, and it's the horrific side of human nature, and that is what makes this film work, especially in this festival with this audience.
And then lastly, I know we spoke about it off camera, but what have you got coming up in the future?
Well, I'm currently filming Mark Price's next movie. Now, Mark Price shot to fame, if you like, back in, I think it was 2008, when he made his first movie, Colin, which was a zombie movie he shot for 45 quid on his parents' camcorder. It premiered in Cannes, and a journalist heard that it was made 45 quid, and he was on every newspaper, every TV show, everything. It came to FrightFest and got his British premiere here, and so I'm doing his latest film called The Arbiter. I play the Arbiter, and I basically go around beating people up.
I love that.
It's great fun. I'm enjoying it, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of the FrightFest as well.
Thank you so much for your time, and you have a good weekend too.
Lovely to meet you.
And you, thank you so much. Thank you.